What's up, YouTube? This is Sin Dragon Lord here, representing Team Eagle Factor. I'm here with the top 16 deck profile of our co-captain here, Mr. Rick Kindle. How you feeling right now?
Tired.
Very tired. I can totally understand that. Let's get right into this then.
The only hand traps I ran were 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Impermanence. These were the only hand traps I felt like necessary. I felt like Impermanence is better than Veilor simply because you can't be caught in the grave. Everyone knows that. So I really didn't want to push like a massive amount of hand traps. Droll just stops a lot of decks, kind of like furthering, being not extending their play, but being able to extend their play, so you don't minimize the damage. So you don't like minimize their capability to extend the turn. You just minimize the damage you're going to be putting out on the field. Ash, of course, we all know what Ash does.
Yeah.
Ash was just really good though. 3 Psychic Wielders, just an extender, to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to keep this in. I'm going to kind of experiment with this deck. Pretty decent. Lady Debug, Stratos, kind of a staple. My Lord and Savior Gazelle.
Lord and Savior Gazelle.
God card. So good. That's what makes the deck good. 3 Spinny. 2 Foxy. I chose 2 because 3, I didn't want to open up with more than 1. And still have the possibility to draw another one, because this is really kind of like Lady Debug. It's your starter, so these 5 are literally what you're going to be starting off with, and which one you start off with really depicts on a total which way your combo is going to go and how far you're going to be able to extend. 1 Jaguar. This card is a beast. All like
dropping stuff now.
All day yesterday was a beast. Falco is proven to be one of the best because it allows you to recycle Rage and Roar without having to activate Roar's effect to be able to banish, so you essentially get another use out of Roar. So it basically acts as a second Rage and a third Roar. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, 3 Call by the Grave. I felt like it was necessary, like it's a staple in this deck.
Staple in most combo decks.
Yeah, in most combo decks, but 3 Circle. Konami kept Rhoda at 1, but they gave me 3. Fusion of Fire. This card is broken because after round 1, I was sitting there reading it and I kind of realized like a little where it says from either side of the field. Yeah, in the mirror match, this card is literally what made me win the mirror match in round 3 or 4. I don't remember what rounds, like what rounds were what matchups, but 1 Sanctuary. This card, I wish we didn't have to play it, but it's literally what makes us being able to climb the link ladder. Will of the Salamander, just 1. Konami decided to ban Soul Charge and then print another one. Literally, it's a once per turn monster born every single turn, and then it's you target 1 link monster that was used with the same name to link summon it, and you can special summon a monster from your graveyard up to the link ratings that it is. So if you get Heat Leo, you can summon up to 3. If you get Phalanx, you can get 1. And then 1 Foolish.
Super sexy, super.
Hey, super sexy, super. I faced a couple Saladmangreats players that really weren't running this card. I think it's absolutely necessary because if you open up with this and Gazelle, it's basically guaranteed original board as if you just opened up the Foxy or not. For the traps, 2 Roar, 1 Rage. You can fluctuate between the 2 as long as you know how to recycle Roar without using its effect and having the ability to be able to maintain it in your graveyard. So whenever you have to use this effect, you can use it. But Rage really put in work today, being a Raigeki break and basically a Fire Lake. And then for the rest of the last of the traps, 3 Rivalry. Funny story about this one. I was going to run Gozen, and then I realized that this hurts Guard Dragon, the Thunder Dragon Guard Dragon, a lot more than Gozen does. So I was like, and in theory, Rivalry just hits a lot more. It stops Sky Strikers. This is how I won my Sky Striker matchup, was Rivalry, because I flipped it, and then I swung over Shizuku, and he summoned Ray back, and he literally could not link into another one, and that left his back row completely dead. Like, I think he had, like, one Call of the Grave and one Impermanence, but that wasn't enough to stop my extensions. So Rivalry was definitely one of the best cards this weekend. For the extra deck, 2 Heat Leo, 2 is the perfect amount. I think if you're running 3, you're just kind of zoning space out of your extra deck that cards that utilize it. 3 Sunlight Wolf, the new one, like ridiculously good, like so good. 3 Balinks, I think this one's the best one, simply because it allows you to start your combo to be able to go and climb up the link ladder and be able to prevent destruction. So Balinks really put in work all week, like all day yesterday. 1 Violent Chimera. Using your opponent's Violent Chimera to go into your Violent Chimera is indeed a really good move. Who knew?
Who would have thought?
2 Mirage Stalios. Yeah, I'm keeping it at 2.
Again, they banned MX Saber Invoker, and
they gave me an Invoker. Who knew?
Yeah.
Now it's time for the cards that I absolutely did not go into all day yesterday. 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, 1 Trisbania, and 1 Coral Sword. My theory with Trisbania was going in the Sky Striker matchup, Guru matchup, or Altergeist matchup, or any rogue matchup that that's control based. Either you let Trisbania live and you get Eradicated, or you let it live and let me summon a monster, and your back row gets banished. So it's a double-edged sword. So pick your poison.
Get banished to get burned, or just lose everything.
Yeah. And for the side deck, 1 Super Folly, cards broken in the mirror match. 2 Twin Twister. I see a lot of people like maining these. I don't think it's good to main, simply because this deck you want to set up a board and like establish a board versus like just play off what your opponent does. 2 Anchor Tops, really good. 3 Sphere Mode.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, it's good. Because this card, I'm not afraid of Guard Dragons at all. Like 100%.
Check the round 1 stream on the ARG Circuit Series Facebook page for more details on that.
Yeah, game 1 took like 30 minutes in between me and him. And I know I misplayed it a lot. Like, I could have won a lot easier, but like there was some situations that kind of just made me uncomfortable. But game 2, I Sphere Moded him, and I just passed because I couldn't normal summon. And he had nothing to be able to extend past. And then like a minute later, time was called.
And he paid half his life with Destroyer, which didn't help.
He couldn't do enough damage. Pretty evenly. I'm probably gonna take these out. 100, like not 100%, but I'll need to play test more. A lot of decks you can play evenly, and it doesn't hurt them that much. It really doesn't. Unless you're playing against like Guru Control or Altergeist, like decks like that, evenly really doesn't hurt that much. But Guard Dragon, they can just negate it. 3 Eradicators.
To go with the Trisbania?
With the, to go with the most dead card in my extra deck. That's literally just the theory behind it. And in playtesting online, like this combo in other decks was actually really, really good. But I feel like going into Trisbania for this deck was just required a lot, and I just didn't do it. I didn't find it more practical at all. So these are definitely coming out, but in theory, on paper, this card is like really good. And then the last card, starting Venom Fusion, didn't make it once. I honestly didn't play Thunder Dragon once at all.
So it was not.
They were Crusadia Guard Dragons, which, in my opinion, that deck is it's scary. The amount of damage they can put on the board, but they really have to pick either way, either go the Crusadia way or they go the Guard Dragon way. So.
Alright, so just a brief overview, what were your matchups like?
I played 2 Crusadia Guard Dragons, 3 Saladmangreats, 1 Sky Strike, and 1 Group Control.
And then top cut?
Was the mirror match. I literally lost because he had a game 1 loss, and then so judge said no side go into game 2. So I was like, okay, and then he got to choose because he got the game 1 loss. So his deck was already prepped for going first. So I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, there was nothing I could do at that point. And then game 2, I opened up with the right cards, but he had Will of the Salamangreat. So if he didn't have Will of the Salamangreat, his turn would have been done with only like 1 card set. But because he had Will, he was able to reach top score.
Alright, well, you had a great event regardless. Top 16 ARG Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe for more content just like this. Peace out, guys.